Star. Watch for the sign of the lollipop. Stop! It's the Christmas tree stop.
Peggy Patch is off visiting today to say Happy Christmas to her friends. And here's a clue to where she's going. You better hurry up, Peggy, and join your friends before they leave. Peggy Patch is off to a patch, a place to play, and she'll say Happy Christmas to her friends along the way.
Hello, Peggy. You're just in time. Everybody here is going to visit a farm, and they're all making lots of cards to take and show to the animals. Come and have a look.
I got one. I think so now.
Who do you want to give it to? Who? The pigs. Oh, right. So you're making that tree for the pigs, are you? Well, I think they'll quite like that one, actually.
I'm going to give mine to a horsey. I'm doing this one.
Stick that all over. Just get all over the tree. Right.
The Christmas tree.
Yes.
Peggy Patch, that's for you. That's for Peggy.
Well, I hope you like it. Right, should we stick it on here? Stick it down. Whoops. Do you want to stick it down for me? Give it a good press. It's just sticking down.
Look at that one.
Okay, is that stuck? Is that stuck now? Yes. And now for some glitter. Right, so I put it in my hand like this. And then just sprinkle it on. Like that. There you go. Just sprinkle a bit. You can. You want to put some on there? Lots of good. That's it. Lots of glitter all over the place. And then you take the card.
Yeah, this is so one of these.
Yeah, look at that. That's all right, isn't it? Is that good? I like that.
Peggy Patch, this is.
Right, Peggy, this one's for you. They've asked me to give that to you, so there you go. You can give that to the animals later. Okay. There we go. Right, should we do another one? Right, which animal's that for?
The duck.
The duck, right. And that one? Right, and one more just for luck. That's one more. Okay. Right, one for the pig, one for the horses. Right, that settles it. Right, okay, so that's all for the animals. Right, Peggy says, off to the farm.
They haven't got any teeth, have they? They're having a birthday.
That's it, you finished it now. That's it, it's all gone now. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Easy. Goldie and Goldilocks. Hello, Goldilocks.
Oh, look, can you see that? Can you see those eggs there? What can you see on the eggs? Can you see anything? That's right. And what do you think's inside the eggs?
Chicken.
That's right. That's right. Yep, they're all trying to come
I
out.
don't want to get out.
Well, maybe they will. Look, if you look really carefully, keep watching. You keep watching. Maybe it'll come out. Can you see? Can you see it? Can you see something moving?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
It's the egg.
That's the egg, and there's inside's the chicken. He's trying to get out.
Yeah.
How long do you think it'll take? How long do you think it'll take for him to get out?
8.
Ages. Yes, it will take a long time actually. You see it cracking? Oh look! Look! I think it's going to hatch. Look! Can you see? Can you see it coming?
No.
It's coming out. It's coming out. Look.
Here it comes.
He's saying, get off me head. Yeah. Oh, look. There we go. And he doesn't mind you giving him a little stroke with your other hand. That's nice, isn't it? Oh, he wants to cuddle up to you.
Story. This is when Jesus was born, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Mary and Joseph came, and they couldn't find any room at the inn, and so the innkeeper said, "Well, I've got a stable next door if you want to go and stay in there." Mary had Jesus inside her and was pregnant, so she had to ride on the donkey, and Joseph walked alongside it, didn't
A
he?
real one.
A real one, a real donkey, yes.
I know what those are.
What are they?
Lambs.
That's right, they're lambs. And what other animals were there?
Cow.
There was a cow there as well. And do you know why they were all there?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they want to live there.
That's right, because it was the stable, wasn't it?
Yeah. Look, that's the way in the manger, that is. Baby little Jesus. You're Joseph too. Let's sit down.
There were also animals in the stable, helping keep the baby Jesus warm, and I thought I'd have a go at making some out of cardboard tubes. I've made the ox by painting it, adding a head and a tail, and for the sheep, I've snipped some paper so it looks like a woolly coat. Can you remember who carried Mary to the stable?
Little donkey,
Who's that with your donkey? It's a pig. Peggy'll need this on her next visit. A pig for Peggy with a slot in the top. She's waiting for you, so off you pop.
Hello. Pop a penny in. Wait for the ting. It's time for a story. Piggo was a piglet. He was a round, pink, nosy little piglet, and he lived in a children's farmyard which belonged to a stately home called Badgerwood House. It was nearly Christmas and very cold. Piggo was watching an old, large sheep, Shirley, having a good scratch. She rubbed herself backwards and forwards against the rough bark of a tree. "Hello, Shirley," said Piggo. Shirley's eyes were closed with pleasure, but she opened one and said, "Oh, hello, Piggo. If there's one thing I do like, it's a nice, long scratch." Piggo said, "Do you itch often, Shirley?" She said, "Oh, now and then, Piggo, but the trouble is when your fleece is as thick as mine, it's very difficult to get at." She stood still and waited for a minute to see if the itch came back. Then her face brightened. It had gone. "Oh, that's much better, Piggo," she said. "I'm so glad this tree is here. I don't know what I'd do without it." Then she shook her enormous fleece and trotted off to join her sisters. Piggo watched her go, and then he looked back at the tree. Shirley had left something behind. Blowing out from the tree trunk were long strands of her thick, beautiful wool. A few of them tumbled down onto the grass. Piggo pushed them with his nose, and they tangled up together into a lovely, soft, woolly ball. He pushed it, and it rolled away as light as a feather, like a big, woolly snowball. Piggo chased it, pushing it and running after it, and it was such a good game that he didn't even notice where he was going. At last, he looked up and found he was in the farmyard. He was right outside Clarence's office. He could see Judy inside, bending over a small fir tree in a tub. Then she saw Piggo looking in. "Oh, hello, Piggo," she called. "What do you think of my surprise Christmas tree for Clarence? Isn't it pretty? Look, Mum's given me these things to put on it." There were long ropes of silver tinsel, a tiny snowman, things in red and gold paper, and a bell wrapped in silver foil which smelt deliciously of chocolate. "I made these," Judy said, and opened up a sheet of newspaper on the floor. Inside was a pile of fir cones all sprayed with silver paint, and she placed them on the branches. Piggo stared up in wonder at the Christmas tree. He had never seen anything like it before. The decorations sparkled and shone like magic, but Judy stood back from it and looked at it with her head on one side. "There are too many gaps," she said sadly. "What I really need is some snow. Well, not real snow, of course, because it would melt, but something that looks like snow." She took a package wrapped in blue paper out of Clarence's first aid box and looked at it. "This cotton wool would be just right, but Clarence needs it," Judy said. Piggo looked at the white woolly stuff poking out of the blue package. Piggo thought of his woolly ball. Where was it? He dashed outside and looked around. Had the wind blown it away? No, there it was. He rushed over to it and rolled it carefully back to Judy. She looked up in amazement as a large woolly ball came rolling through the door, with Piggo close behind it. "Piggo," she said, "just what I need for my snow." She picked it up and she took out the pieces of straw and leaves and twigs which had stuck to it, and then she teased out a long strand and she rolled it up into a ball. She made lots, and she put them all over the prickly green branches of the Christmas tree. "Oh, thank you, Piggo," she said. "Now my tree is really finished. This will give Clarence a happy Christmas." And she went over to the cupboard, Clarence's big cupboard, and she took something out and she gave it to Piggo. It was a turnip, Piggo's favourite, a lovely round, juicy green and white one. And Piggo ran off with his turnip, thinking to himself that this was going to be a very happy Christmas indeed.
Oh, I'm glad you're back, Peggy, because I've heard there's someone coming to visit you. It's the Chatterboxes.
We're chatterboxes, hip 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 hooray. Have you heard that magic word? Christmas is on its way. Some days we're very busy, some days we like to play. But there's one day we long for, so roll on Christmas Day.
Papa Pasta! Papa Pasta! Oh! Oh! Oh, caught it!
Well done, Dotty Die. You have just caught my flying saucer. Quick, tip it into this bowl.
Like this, Papa Pasta?
Just like that, Dotty Die. Excellente, excellente.
What are you making?
A pudding. It's a working treat. Fruity tooty, it's a beauty. Just in time for a Christmas takeaway treat. It's a charming. It's alarming.
Ooh.
Full of surprises. If you can catch it. Roll on Christmas Day.
If it is magic, what's inside it? 3 coins. Now, who could they be for? A medal for you, Humphrey. And a button for you, Wobble. Wibble, wobble, wibble, wobble. And one for Peggy. She could pop it in her pig. Oh, there's the bus bell. You better catch the bus, Peggy. Join your friends.